Today we're going to do a rocker panel on a '06 Chevy Silverado. The Silverados, the other ones, have a tendency to rot out, and you can buy replacements. They do got to be trimmed up and a little bit more work done on them. So I'm going to show you what we're going to do to get it cut to size and fine fitted as best as possible. So let me show you what these old panels look like when they rust. There's a rusted out panel. We're going to grind the rust off before we put the replacement rocker panels on there. But this is if you see this, I'm going to show you the solution on how to fix this. Here's one of the replacement panels that we bought, cold rolled steel. So we'll have to give it some treatment so that it doesn't rust when we replace it, or when we put it over the old one. But what I'm going to show you is how we measure this and trim it, so that it looks pretty much like it was OEM once we get done. Alright, so we're test fitting this. Can you go to the other side? And what we want to make sure is that the back is nice and flush. The back unit appears to be fairly well cut out to fit. And I'm going to mark these. What I've done is I followed the contour of the top of the curve, and I'm marking the back where the edge of this panel is, a little bit past it, about 1/8 of an inch, and we'll follow that cut line to this. So you can see the lines I've started off here. I'm going to go ahead and use a straight edge. Go ahead and mark a line on here, cut line. So it's we've got it on there as a test fit. One of the things you'll notice is the back corner. They don't trim this. What I'm going to do is I'm going to grind that corner down, round it off, so we get a better fit. And because this is actually holding the rocker arm cover away from being fully seated, so we'll go ahead and trim that as well. So here's that sharp corner that was holding it off of the original rocker panel. I'm going to go ahead and grind that down. So this is where CRS kicked in a major way. I plugged in a microphone and never turned it on, so got a bunch of dead air. What I'm trying to show you here is that I'm going to add some primer. I already actually primed these, but this is the primer that I use, the rust protector to the panels, and then use this truck bed liner from Krylon as well to coat the entire surface, the outside surface. The inside surface we'll leave with just primer. That would be the side facing the truck. I've already got the primer on and 2 coats of truck bed liner. So what I'm doing right here is basically cleaning the whole thing up with acetone, so that there's no oils or anything that'll stop the next coat of truck bed liner from staying on there. So of course I'm touching it with my greasy hands now, kind of screwing that up, I guess, but it seems to have stuck okay regardless of having done that. We've got the rocker panels painted, have the truck liner on them, and next step is going to be cleaning up the truck, get the old panel, get that old rust ground off, and then we'll be putting them on. It's going to be a combination of glue and rivets, and we'll seal the front with some fairing compound, which is really for boats, but it's kind of the filler putty for boats, if you will. So we're going to go ahead and get these rocker panels on. It's going to be a combination of glue and rivets. I've got some 3/16 rivets that we'll use, but we're going to glue along the top edge, nice thick coat, because that'll be the side that rests on top of the existing rocker panel. We'll put some glue strips along this. Then we're going to rivet the bottom, probably about every foot along this point right here. So let me go ahead and get that started. So we are going to clean the body parts off with acetone before we go on. Actually, we've already done that and didn't film it, but just wanted to let you know that we did use one of these shop rags and acetone to get this cleaned up. So let's get on with the gluing, and then we'll start with the riveting. Do you want to hold it there? Hold what? Like this. Yes. I don't want to hit it down. I'm going to lay a nice thick bead along the top. Can you grab the rivet and rivet?
I can't hold this end of it.
Sorry. So I've got 2 containers of fairing compound. Basically, this is like Bondo for boats, and the reason I'm using this is because I have it on hand for a boat restoration project that I'm doing. I don't have any Bondo. I actually don't particularly care for the stuff, but this is an epoxy-based compound, and it comes in 2 colors. You mix equal parts, and when it is a nice green color, one's blue, one's yellow, when it's a nice green color, it's ready to use. Now I saved the plastic sheets on it because I've got a lot of body work on this 1966 Boston Whaler 13 that I'm working on. And let me get a little bit more of that, and it should be about equal. What I'm going to do is I'm going to mix these 2 up, and they should turn some shade of green here eventually. going to fill that crack, and when I do, I'm going to wipe the excess off with a rag and some acetone. I know it looks quite messy, but you'll see exactly how we get a nice finish on this, like that. So of course I'll be using acetone on my hand as well. But the whole idea is to seal this up so that we don't get any moisture in there. So there's the fairing compound. Next steps going to be mask it off, blend it in with the truck bed liner, and we'll be done with it. One last step, which is one more coat, and we'll consider this done. And that looks complete to me. Well, here's the finished product. You can see lines up pretty smoothly. We'll open up the car door too so you can see how it looks like on the inside, which is probably the most important part. I put an extra heavy coat of the truck liner on this segment because it's going to get some foot traffic. But overall, we're pretty happy with the way it came out. Well, I hope this video has been informational and helpful to you. If you like it, hit the like button. And be sure to subscribe. We've got a lot more things coming up with cars, boats, and a number of other things.